Hey y'all, it's your girl Symone. Welcome back to my channel. If y'all can see by the title, today is another story time. Before we get into this video, y'all already know what to do. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, give girl a thumbs up, comment down below. Follow me on all my socials, Instagram, Vivalayoshii, TikTok, Twitter, Lifewithsymone, and my business page at Brishari. Y'all, I don't know why I was just laughing to myself. I literally just got done recording Subby Sunday, so of course y'all see me in this same outfit yesterday. If you ain't watched that Subby Sunday, go check it out. But yeah, I'm over here both recording on a Friday night because I know my Memorial weekend is going to be very lit. Happy Memorial Day to everybody. Yeah. Don't know where else I was about to go with that. So let's get into this story. This is an oldie but goodie, y'all. This is when I used to date Joe. This was like back in high school days. So anyway, this before I had ended up moving to the IE. I was still living in LA. I was in high school at this time. Around this time, my cousin, me and her, our schools wasn't that far from each other. So she ended up going to this school that she went to was probably like a few blocks away from my school or whatever. So sometimes when I'll be at the train station, if she get out early and I'm just getting out of school, I will run into her at the train station or stuff like that. Long story short, that's how we end up kind of getting back in contact with each other, is running into each other when we'd be like after school. So she was telling me that we needed to start hanging out and stuff like that, right? And I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I'm down. I don't have a problem with that. I'm cool. Like, one thing about me, I love getting close to my family. So it's like, at this point, I don't know, like, did we lose contact? I think we had each other on Facebook, but we wouldn't like talk. It's just like when we ran into each other, that's when we would start talking and stuff like that. So anyway, we aiming back and forth for like a whole week straight. She telling me how we need to hang out and stuff like that. I told her, I was like, oh, okay, it's a party on Saturday, girl, if you want to come. Because yeah, that's what I was doing. One thing about her, I don't know, she was felt some type of way, because she was like, I really want to hang out with you just like on some one-on-one type stuff, you know, because we haven't been hanging out in so long. I just really wanted to catch up and stuff like that. She was like, so I wasn't really trying to go to no party scene. Like, I just wanted to do more like a chill vibe, or maybe we could go to the mall, or we could do this. It really shouldn't have to be everybody else. Already that should have been a red flag, because I get it, but what it was she wanted me to drop my plans that I already had to hang out with her, which was not what I was gonna do, because bitch, I'm young and turned at this point. So I was just like, okay, well, if that's the case, you want to hang out on Friday, because I don't got nothing planned Friday. You could come over, I could have my grandma drop us off somewhere, or we could just chill at the house. We could get food, watch movies, listen to music, twerk, I don't know. So she was like, you know what, Friday seemed cool. She was like, we could just stay in the house, you know, we could chill, get some food, we could probably go somewhere, like, if you want, but like, yeah, just I'm gonna come to your house, we could chill. So I'm like, all right, perfect. We're gonna get his cousin a name, because I have a lot of story times about her. So we're gonna name her Taylor. So anyway, come Friday, she was gonna leave school early, because I don't think she was getting out early, but she was like, she was gonna leave school early and come up to my school, because she was like, girl, I want to come to your school anyway, because I be hearing y'all be having some fine niggas over there on the east side, da 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 da. So she was supposed to come up to my school. That was the plan, but I didn't end up going to school that day. So I told her, like, yeah, I didn't go to school that day, so instead, whenever you leave school or whatever you want to come by, just come to my house, because that's where we was gonna chill at anyway, right? So she like, all right, we texting back and forth. She like, can't wait, da 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 da. Oh, what movie we finna watch? We talking about all this stuff, like, oh, we could probably watch this. Oh, girl, yeah, like, you know, we just going in. Like, I'm just super excited, because I'm like, okay, I'm about to be lit all weekend. I even told Toxic, because Toxic was like, can I come over? I said, girl, no, I'm about to be chilling with my cousin. She just want to chill on some one-on-one stuff or whatever. Y'all, so tell me why I'm laying down in the living room. We got this big window. So in the window, I could see people walking up. Of course, until you get a little bit closer, you can't see me. I could see you. So I see her walking up. Mind you, our street is very active. It's always been active with, you know, 304s, crackheads, random people. It just people that live there on the street. It's just been an active, busy street. So I'm seeing people walk by. Oh, is that her? Okay, that's not her. So at this point, I see her walk by, and she walking a little slow. Not walk by, but like she coming up to walk in the driveway. She walking a little slow, and it's a boy behind her. So I'm like, who the hell is that boy up on my cousin? I'm about to, at this point, run outside, because, you know, I got a two-piece of crackhead, because this my street. I can't be letting this shit go down in my neighborhood. I gotta, you know, you gotta be a good Samaritan. Like, hey. Hey, yeah, keep it pushing, nigga. So I'm looking like, who is that? I'm looking. My grandma even looking, because I don't know what it is. It's like, she know when somebody outside, she gonna look through that window. So I'm like, grandma, go ahead, I got this. So she like, who is that? Oh, that's Taylor. Oh, Taylor's coming by. I haven't seen her in so long. So I'm like, yeah, that's Taylor. But I'm like, grandma, she like, who is that boy? I'm like, I don't know. I think he's somebody random, but I'm getting up to go outside, because I'm like, like I said, you know, what is you doing? So she's walking in the yard, he walking in the yard with her. I'm thinking like, did she feed a dog at the train station? Because why is this man following her? Y'all, she comes and ring the doorbell. Mind you, she's talking to him. So I'm like, clearly she know this dude, but who is he? Because if you met a random dude and brought him to my house, bitch, what's your problem? So I end up opening the door and I'm like, hey girl, I give her a hug. I greet her at the door. I'm like, who is that? Because y'all, back then, I don't hold my tongue now at all either, but I just be like pick and choosing my battles. Not pick and choosing my battles, but I feel like certain shit just don't be worth it. So I just be like, you know what? I just rather not fuck with you versus express myself to somebody and then it gets nowhere, Anyway. So long story short, I'm like, who is that? So she was like, oh, this is my boyfriend. I've been meaning to introduce you to him, whatever like that. I'm just thinking like it's crazy because you've been wanting to come to my school so you could meet niggas. You was asking me about dances and all type of shit so you could meet dudes, but you got a man. But whatever. So she was like, yeah, this is my boyfriend, whatever the fuck. So I'm like, oh, why'd you bring him? She was like, what you mean why I bring him? Mind you, we still standing at the door. She like trying to squeeze the door because I'm standing there like, well, why'd you bring him? And she like trying to get through the door, kind of like, like, oh, like trying to get in. I'm just standing there and I was like, because why did you bring him? I'm confusion. And she was just like, oh, it's a problem. Like, I didn't know I couldn't bring him. So I'm like, you said you wanted to hang out just on some one-on-one type stuff. Why would you bring your mans? And plus at this time, mind you, I was dating Joe. He would come by the house, but Joe wasn't just big kicking it in my house at this point. Like literally he'd come by, we'll kick it outside, or if we about to go to the walk to go somewhere, like catch the train or the bus somewhere, but like my own dude is not even in this house. Why is your man here? So yeah, so I eventually ended up letting him in because my grandma was like, Symone, move out the doorway, like close the door. So I'm like, okay. So they come in the house, I sit on one couch, they sit on another, and he was like, yeah, this is my boyfriend. So she's like, do you got water or something like that for us? Because we kind of thirsty. So I'm like, so I go get them the water, I come back and I'm just like, oh, like what's up, Taylor? Like what you been up to? She's like, we just gonna stay in the living room. So I'm like, yeah, we can stay in the living room because mind you, like I said, my man don't even come over, so I'm not about to take him to my room. My grandma be like, okay, what's going on? Y'all not about to get it cracking in my house. So anyway, we chilling. It was kind of weird because it's like you literally came to catch up, chill with me, but yet you're sitting here with your man and they literally just in tune with each other. The couch is big that they sitting on. Why they sitting like this? This is him, this is her. Y'all damn near legs is on each other. Like if you just wanted a place to chill with your man, just say that. Y'all could have caught the bus to a motherfucking park. Why is you here? So at this point, I was just like, at one point, like I literally got on the phone. I'm on the phone with Joe. What you doing? Nothing, just chilling. Da 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 da. My cousin here with her boyfriend. What? They were her boyfriend. Do I need to pull up? Cause he thinking, not pull up, walk up, cause he ain't no car. He thinking like, so y'all know double tap. I'm like, no, we could stay on the phone. They literally just doing them points. They keep making out and stuff like that. To where my grandma even called me in the kitchen like, Symone, what's going on? And I'm like, right. So after a while, I end up telling her, I'm like, hey Taylor, I guess we could call it a night. Like I'm about to go in my room and just chill, lay down. Like I'm about to get on the phone with my boyfriend. I was already on the phone with him, inviting him, hanging up. I'm about to just chill with my boyfriend, like talk on the phone with him, stuff like that. So y'all could leave. So she like, we could leave. Like, what you mean? And I was like, yeah, y'all could go. Because literally, when I'm telling y'all, we was not having no conversations, nothing like that. We're not talking. She's literally with her man, just booed up on my motherfucking sofa. And they damn near like just having a time. Like it was no point for them to be here. And yeah, so I'm telling her like, yeah, like y'all could go. So she was like, can I talk to you real quick or whatever? So I'm like, all right, cool. So we end up like going outside and he stayed in the house. So she was like, why are you acting like that? Like, did I do something wrong? So I'm like, no, you didn't do nothing wrong. But if you wanted to chill with your man, you could have told me and we could have did a double date. Maybe I could have called my man. He could have came over. Like, we could have been chilling or something like that. But instead, you're over here just bring your dude. And you made it seem like I'm telling you that my friend wanted to come over too, and you like, oh no parties, no this, I just want to be chilling in the house. No, you just wanted to use me to have a space so you could chill with this ugly ass nigga. That's what you wanted to do. So I'm like, yeah, you could have just said that. Like, you could have just been like, oh yeah. She's like, well, I can't take dudes to my house. I don't know if you noticed or not. Mind you, I don't notice because me and her is just literally catching up or whatever. So she like, I can't take boys to my house and I be seeing you on Facebook with your boyfriend all the time, so I didn't think it was a problem. Girl, you don't see me on Facebook hugged up with my boyfriend on the couch, hugged up in the bed, hugged up, giving head. No, I'm just kidding. You see me taking pictures with him. Okay. What does this have to do with anything? I'm still confused. Like, how you know I don't be sneaking to his house or something like that, or when nobody home? I don't get it. But either way it goes, so she was just like, yeah, I can't take him to my house. She was like, so like, can we just chill for a little bit? We really don't be having time to chill like that. My mama don't even like him. She don't even want me to talk. Girl, no. I'm sorry. This sounds real personal, and maybe y'all could go chill in the elevator at the fucking train station, but y'all can't chill here. So I'm like, nah, you know, like, maybe if y'all want to chill next time, we could go somewhere on some double dates type stuff. But I was like, I really don't see the reason for y'all being here. And I'm like, my grandma already keep calling me to the back. Y'all just up over here kissing and doing the most. Like, no, you can't do this here. So she like, dang, that's messed up. She was like, all right, well, can you at least ask if we could get a ride? Mind you, I told her my grandma was finna go somewhere. I don't know where the fuck she was finna go, because my grandma really had some times, man. I remember one time she had left for the whole weekend. We thought she was missing. We all was sad. Me, grandpa, my sister, all of us. But anyway, I don't know where she was going this day. Maybe to somebody from her church house. Who knows? I don't know. But she was she was about to leave, and I remember my grandma was like, asked her, do you need a ride or anything like that, Taylor? Because I'm about to leave, and when I leave, like, she's cutting it close to wherever the hell she had to be at. I don't know. So she was like, can you ask if we could get a ride? So at this point, she's saying that, and I'm like, you ask her, because she literally asked you like an hour ago, because clearly she wanted them to get out of her house, and you literally just sat there and was like, oh no, it's fine, we're gonna catch the bus, it's fine. So I was like, you ask her, I'm not gonna ask her. She like, that's messed up, why you can't just ask her? I know y'all probably think like you could have just asked her, but maybe I could have, but I didn't. I'm sorry, I was feeling a little salty, because not you wasting my Friday night, so you thought I wanted to watch you and your man make that's no. So I'm like, you can ask her. So she's sitting there stupid. She's sitting there stupid as hell. We go back in the house, she's sitting there stupid. I was like, go ask her. She didn't say shit. So I'm thinking, my grandma walking by a million times, she not saying nothing. And it's kind of irritating me, because I don't like being inconvenienced, and don't inconvenience my people neither. I don't like that. So she like, okay, I'm gonna go, like, dinner's here. Like, you could tell she like rushing. She like, I'm gonna go, dinner's here, da da da. It's done. Make your grandpa plate when he ready to eat, da 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 da, blah blah blah, all this other stuff like that. I'm like, all right, cool. So finally she finna leave out the door, and her boyfriend growls. No, I'm just kidding, but he looked like he did growl. So he was like, can you take us home? But how he said it, it pissed me off bad. He was like, can you take us home? So I was like, no, she's already in a rush. So my grandma's like, well, which direction was y'all going in? I'm like, it's okay, grandma. No, they could just hop on a train. People, I swear, my grandma hated when I did that shit. But I feel like if you're not about to use her because she's nice. Well, nice mean sometimes. So I'm like, no, grandma, you already in a rush to go wherever the hell you going for whatever reason. And yeah, I'm like, grandma, no, it's cool. They could just catch the bus. The bus don't stop running. They fine. So she's sitting there, she not saying nothing. She just looking at she's just looking at my grandma. Was like, no, it's fine. Like, if we gonna go, come on, let's go right now. So she was like, well, I'm not ready right now. Like, I wanted to wait a little while longer. So you stupid bitch. No, I'm just kidding. But Taylor, so you think that she's supposed to not go where she's supposed to go because you want to wait? She was like, I want to leave in like the next hour. She's like, well, can you take us when you come back? So my grandma was like, I'm not coming back no time soon. You know, like, either I could take you now, but we gotta go right now. So she was like, well, I'm gonna just wait. Like, I'll just wait. So she was like, it's fine. Like, it's fine. So she left. My grandma leaves. She was like, you asked my grandpa? I said, oh no, I'm not asking him to take you home. You had a ride. And why would you sit here and you want to wait a little longer because you want to spend more time? You think you're finna finesse some time with this dude? Go to his house. So I'm like, girl, no. So long story short, I end up getting them to leave because y'all gotta go. I'm like, yeah, I'm about to actually go in my room and lay down. Y'all not about to just be up in here. And I'm not about to ask my grandpa to take you because at this point, no. He don't need to leave the house at this time of the night. It wasn't that late though. Let me stop. It wasn't that late. But it was just still irritating because how you gonna turn down a ride because you think that you finna wait till she come back later and go? No. So anyway, they ended up leaving or whatever. She was texting me like the whole night and stuff like that. When she got home, she texted me like, oh, like basically she felt like I was jealous of her and her man. For what? If I really wanted to be like, if I was bored, I could have told Joe to come over. He would have came over. So yeah, if I would have told Joe to jump, he would have did a cartwheel to my house at that point. So how am I jealous of you and your man when you literally got to sneak to go to people's houses to hang out with yours and I don't? So anyway, yeah, she was telling me how I was jealous and all this other shit like that. And yeah, I just was like, whatever, because but at this point it's the next day we going to the party. So my cousin was gonna come out there to go to the party and Toxic was gonna go too. So Joe ended up coming by the house. We just chilling, kicking it, because he didn't know if he was gonna go or not. He was like, he might go, but he was like, the party wasn't too far from my house, but he's like, yeah, that's not my hood, like I can't be up over there like that. So I'm like, all right, whatever. We chilling in the house. My grandma is wherever the hell she is. Maybe she was at the store. She spent a lot of time at Target. Maybe that's why I do too. My grandpa, he be in the back. When he in the back, he ain't coming up. And then when you hear him coming up, because he walk hard, we know, like, okay, move apart. You go sit on that side of the couch. So anyway, we chilling or whatever. Y'all tell me why the house phone start ringing. It says my mama name. blank blank is calling. So I answered the phone. I'm like, hey mom, what's up? She was all like, oh, what you doing? I'm like, nothing, just chilling with Joe right here. Because mind you, I told her when she had called him earlier, she was like, oh, your boyfriend is there? And I was like, yeah, he's here, we just hanging out or whatever like that. So I was like, nothing, just chilling with Joe, we're watching BET. Bad boys, bad boys. And she's like, okay. So she was like, oh, well, that's what I wanted to say, just a heads up, she said my stepdad name. She's like, just a heads up, he wanted to meet your boyfriend, because they had never met him at this point. Well, my mom met him, but my stepdad didn't. She's like, just a heads up, he wanted to meet your boyfriend, so we about to come out there. So I said, when y'all coming? She was like, we around the corner at the liquor store. You want something? When I tell y'all, I was like, what the fuck? No, she did not. No, she did not just literally do that. And I was pissed. I was like, what? Because he was in the store and literally it's around the corner. Joe can't just get up and run because they know he there. That would have been weird as fuck. And then they probably would have seen him. I'm like, she threw me under the bus. Y'all, when I tell y'all I was mad, if you know my stepdad, then you know, you know. So I told him, I'm like, you about to be my stepdad right now. So he was like, oh, okay, that's cool. I said, it's not cool. He was like, why? I said, because it's not. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm nervous. When I'm telling y'all, heart is going, I really wanted to be like, bro, I don't know. So I'm like, just be cool. He like, what? Like, he gonna like me. It's gonna be cool. I'm like, sure. Y'all, tell me why they end up pulling up literally seconds later. I was hot. Even to this day, I promise you, with my little sisters, it be funny because my mom is gonna tell my stepdad everything. Even if we be like, don't tell him, she gonna be like, I'm not. Next thing you know, he gonna be like, why the fuck? It's gonna be like, we look at her like, why would you? So I was pissed because he would have never even knew this boy was here if you would never told him, girl. So anyway, they pull up. I'm like, oh my God, they here. So we go outside. We instantly, because I'm like, let's go outside. I want to just be chilling on the couch and stuff like that. Like, let's go outside. We go outside. We stand on the porch. And I'm like, hey. And like, it was so awkward. He walk up to him and he like, saying, I'm introducing. I'm like, this is Joe. Joe, this is da 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 da. Amari and Cheryl hop out the car. They little as hell at this time. Cheryl just start taking off on him for some odd ass reason. I don't know why. Amari's like, this your boyfriend? Mo, this your boyfriend? I'm like, yeah, this a boy. He's my friend. Okay, shut up. And my stepdad was just like asking him his name. The next thing you know, he was like, nigga, where you from? So when he said that, I'm like, I told this man he doesn't bang, because he asked me and I was like, he don't bang. He was like, I know that nigga bang. I said, he don't. Like, so not in this moment I didn't say nothing, because I'm just like, oh, why would he ask that? So he asked and I'm looking at my mom, she ain't saying nothing. Like, girl, get your mans. So he was like, I don't bang, I'm not from nowhere, like I don't do that. And he was just like, man, nigga, where you grew up at? Like, what neighborhood you grew up in? So he told him, he was like, so you from such and such hood, just say that. So he like, well, no, like I know a lot of, he like, man, I know niggas from over there too. What they call you? I'm like, oh my God, y'all, when I'm telling y'all, I'm stressed the fuck out, because I'm like, get this train. Get this train. No, for real. So I'm stressed out because I'm like, oh my God, he's gonna punch Joe. He's gonna punch him. I know y'all probably thinking like, why would he punch again? No, I'm just kidding. He wasn't gonna punch him. But I was just stressed out. I couldn't take it. I ended up leaving and going in the house. We all went in the house and they just outside talking. And he looked at, when I tell you I'm looking through the window and Joe looked at just so like intimidated. I'm like, mom, go stop him. She's like, he really wanted to meet him. I'm like, why would you not call me? You could have told me. She's like, I did call you. I said, you called when literally y'all was at the liquor store. She's like, well, I still called you. I'm like, why would you do this? I knew he had to meet him one day, but it was just like, girl, you could have warned me so I could give him a prep talk like, okay, this, that, and the third. Don't take offense to what he's saying. He just talked like that. Like, you know, I could have just told him. So eventually they outside talking. I ended up going back out there. He was like, why you trying to, because my stepdad called me Pig. So he like, Pig, why you trying to walk off? Why you acting scared? I'm like, I'm not scared. I didn't walk off. I literally just went in the house. I was like, I just had to go in the house and get something. He was like, okay, yeah. He was like, he cool, he cool. And here go Joe. I was gonna say his name. Here go Joe talking about some Pig. Pig. I'm like, not too much. Not too much. And so he like, yeah, mind you, this is something he been calling me since I was a baby. So don't think like I was an overweight teenager and that he was a fat shaming me, because that's not why he called me Pig. So anyway, yeah, they was like, they finna run somewhere real quick. And then they was like, can Amari and Cheryl stay with us? So I'm like, all right, cool. We about to go walk and get something to eat anyway. So they like, all right, cool. We about to be right back. Y'all, I don't know why I said yeah that these kids could stay with us, because y'all know one thing about kids, they gonna embarrass the fuck out of you. They gonna embarrass you. So I was like, all right, we got some options. We're gonna either walk here or here. I was really in the mood for some tacos, so I'm like, let's walk to this taco truck, which I really rarely do. But I was like, okay, well, I got somebody that actually want to walk with me, so we could walk, because it was like probably a few blocks away, like literally. And never mind, I ain't finna say where we had to walk up. But yeah, so anyway, so we walking down the street to go. These kids literally embarrassing me. I'm holding them like I'm holding on to some fucking pit bulls. Like I'm holding on to a dog. They want to run and try to do the most. I'm like, and he just like, oh, you don't have control over them. Boy, shut the fuck up. These ain't my kids, no way. So we walking or whatever. We get to the place. I don't know why. Cheryl's still just taking off on this man. She's still just hitting him. Maybe she knew something I didn't know. They just, every time, got at him disrespectful. Did I tell y'all the story time about on Halloween when they was cussing him out and calling me stupid because I took him to see his sister and they was like, he's cheating on you? Y'all, literally, they wasn't even in school yet. I think Amari was in school at this point. But either way, they was, anyway. I still got the video of that. But anyway, so we get to the spot. Y'all, tell me why they have the truck. They always had, it was like an empty parking lot where they would go sell the taco people would be, where they would be set up selling tacos or whatever. But they had this truck and they would have like their supplies in the back of the pickup truck or whatever. So why they had a baby back there, y'all? The baby is literally playing in the cheese, throwing it up, picking it up and throwing it up over himself. Like he just throwing the cheese up in the sky. So here go Amari. Mo, you see that? I'm like, yeah, be quiet, be quiet. We still gonna get these tacos because at this point I really did not give a fuck about stuff being clean or not. I just wanted to eat. So I'm like, I'm just not gonna get cheese. I'll put my own cheese on there. And next thing you know, here goes Cheryl. Mo, she was so loud. She's still loud. She's like, do you see that baby? I'm gonna talk regular. She's like, do you see that baby playing in that cheese? That's nasty. Mind you, we're up at the point right here to order. That's nasty. The people looking at her like, can you shut that little one up? So I'm like, okay, be quiet. Like, let's get the tacos. So here go Joe. That's nasty. So you really just gonna eat these tacos still and you see that baby playing in the food? What do you think they do to the meat? Mind you, I'm standing here talking about 3 asadas. Do y'all want taco? And they like, no. I'm like, all right, well, y'all just ain't gonna eat. Y'all, I was so irritated because the way that people was looking is like they wanted to say, get the fuck on, bitch. You don't need no motherfucking food from us. I was irritated. When I say I should never have them kids come with me, I was annoyed. I was like, bro, what the fuck is wrong with these kids? I ended up still getting my tacos because like I said, tacos is life. The fuck, a little cheese, a little baby playing and some cheese ain't gonna stop me. I got cheese at home. So anyway, we walking back to the house now. Tell me why Amari take off running, bro. When I tell you I'm like trying to chase her, but I'm not trying to do the most chase her because I ain't want to look stupid chase her and fall. She takes off running and hit a corner. Bro, so I start running faster after her. I left Cheryl with this man. I left her with Joe. I'm like, what the hell? So she running after me. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Why I couldn't find Amari? I was panicking. I'm over here, me and Cheryl, we like, Amari, we trying to find her. She's literally gone. I'm stressed the fuck out because I'm like, bro, I lost the kid. I'm stressed. When I'm telling you, I'm like sweating bullets. I'm damn near finna cry. And he like, call your mom and let her know. I said, call her and let her know that I lost her kid? No. So Cheryl, she's screaming. Amari, we screaming. And Cheryl's like, I'm gonna tell mommy. She's crying. I'm like, girl, shut the fuck up. Like, why would you tell? And I'm just like, no, you're not. No, you're not. Why we was looking for her about a good fucking like 5 minutes. Tell me why this little girl's under somebody's car in their driveway come out laughing, talking about, I scared you. I was really stressed out. I'm like, these motherfucking kids are annoying. We get back to the house. My mom is there. And here goes Cheryl. We lost Mari. Mom, Mo lost Mari. I'm like, no, I did not. They're literally lying. She's saying like I lost her conversation. Like I didn't know what she was talking about. And Mari like, I was hiding in the car. She's dirty as hell. So I'm like, no, she fell. Y'all, I'm stressed the fuck out because I'm really thinking I'm about to get in trouble. Anyway, they ended up leaving and I'm still chilling with Joe. Now it's later. It's getting closer to the time we finna go to the party. So Joe, he was like, he gonna go home and see like if he could find somebody or whatever. At this point, my cousin is here. Toxic, she came to the house or whatever like that. And he was like, he about to go. It was crazy because Toxic mom, like I said, she was strict as fuck and she didn't let her do shit. My mom knew I was going to the party. My grandma knew I was going to the party, all that. One thing about it, Toxic mama is going to stalk the house and call the house phone. She's literally going to stalk the house and be like, I'm looking at the front door. I don't see you. Can you stand on the porch? Can you do this? She's can be annoying. So at this point, it's later to go to the party and I'm stressed because I'm like, girl, how we finna get out this house? I'm telling my grandma, one thing about it, when we go to parties or we sneaking out and Toxic there, because her mom gonna call, I would lie and tell my grandma we going to sleep. It's like, I'm like, Toxic's mom called, tell her we going to sleep. because ain't nobody got time for this shit. Bitch, you should never let her come. If you was gonna fucking do some weird shit, drive past my house and stare. The fuck is wrong with you? So anyway, it was funny as fuck because I'm like, cut off the porch light and we gonna run out the back door. We used to do this shit a lot. So, well, when she was around, or it would be just fun. I don't know why it was fun to me to fake sneak out, even though I really didn't have to do this, or hop out my window. It was just fun to do so. I don't know why. We end up leaving, we walking to go to the party. The party is probably like a good 15-20 minute walk, right? So when we finally get there, it's lit. When I tell y'all, it's people from school, like it's lit as fuck. It's people I ain't seen in a long time from like my old middle school and shit like that. It's lit as fuck. We up in there, we get straight to dancing. I forget all about Joe. I aimed him and asked him if he was coming, and I think he said he wasn't or something like that. I don't know. But I'm in there having a time. We dancing. We having so much fun. It was this boy that I went to school with in middle school, and he was so weird. I don't even know why I was having a conversation with him, because honestly, he used to beat me up at school, and I don't know why he used to do that. And he kind of did other strange things too. But yeah, so he's sitting there. He like, I ain't seen you in so long, Symone. How you been? I'm like, oh, I'm good. You know, when you just talking and you just happy or whatever. At this point, I wasn't drinking. So I'm like, oh, I'm good. I ain't seen you in a long time either. He like, right. Like, dang, we having a full conversation. Just full conversation. And my friends, they dancing and stuff like that. And me and him just talking. He like, yeah, it's been a while. Every time I kind of like try to walk away from the conversation, because it's like, boy, I don't want to sit here and talk to you all night long. He would literally like follow me like a dog and be like, so you remember the one time when you sprayed the fire extinguisher in class? And I'm like, yeah, I don't do stuff like that no more. Y'all, when I tell you this nigga was getting on my fucking nerves, he was getting on my nerves. Literally, one point I'm dancing with somebody. Literally having a time, I'm dancing, not thinking nothing of it. This boy off to the side squatted down. So Symone, remember that time when you put up that Kim K video on the teacher computer? Remember that time? And you was showing everybody like, did y'all see this video? How did you get past the internet blocker? And I'm like, yep, yeah, I remember that. I don't do stuff like that no more. He like, yeah, I remember that. That's crazy. You remember that? I'm like, I remember that. Like, shut the fuck up. So at this point, we going in the house and we just chilling. It was like a lot of toxic friends there too. Like, not toxic friends, like friends that are not good for you, but like the person I named Toxic, it was a lot of her friends there. And I don't know, it was weird as hell, because one thing about Toxic, it was like she had other friends, but when her friends be like trying to be cool with me, she'll be mean as fuck to them. It was so weird. Like if her friends be like, oh, hey, Symone, like she would be so mean to them, like territorial, like that's my friend. But anyway, we in the house and we talking. And I don't know what the fuck we was talking about, but one of the girls was telling me like, oh, her boo is gonna come or whatever, and he was gonna bring alcohol if we wanted to try some. So I'm like, I was scared as fuck. My cousin, she down. Toxic, like she down. I'm like, I don't know, like I'm scared. Like at this point I was a scary Larry. It took me moving to Rialto for them drunk ass bitches to really no offense, but them girls was drinking quite a lot for us to be in high school. But anyway, so I'm like, I'm scared, whatever. So at this point we end up, I don't know how we end up in her room, and the boys end up coming. We chilling, we just in the room chilling. So they start hotboxing and smoking and stuff like that. She was like, yeah, my mom said we could have a party, but she, you know, of course she not agreeing to us having the alcohol and the drinks and stuff like that. So I'm sitting down and I started looking on AIM, and Joe was telling me like that he gonna come. So I'm happy as fuck. I'm like, okay, just a heads up, we in the room. Cause I'm like, let me tell him, cause I don't want him to pop up. Cause for some reason that dude walked like Michael Myers, and it was like 1 minute he'd be at his house and the next minute he outside, and he'd be like, how'd you get here so fast? So I didn't want him to come and think it was weird that we in a room chilling with these boys, right? So we in there, next thing you know, the doors start open. I kind of jumped, cause I'm thinking like, how the fuck he get here so fast? Tell me why it's the boy I went to school with. And he like, Symone, I was looking for he like, Symone, I was looking for you. So I'm like, oh, hey. So one of the girls was like, you know him? I'm like, yeah, I know him. Like, y'all don't know him? And she was like, no. So the boy was like, hey, like, where you from? Like, where you from? He was like, where I'm from? Like, what the fuck? Why are you asking where I'm from? This is a party. He was like, cause don't nobody up in here know you. He was like, Symone know me. And he was like, we don't know her. And the girl was like, well, I know her, that's my friend. And then Toxic was like, well, you met her through me, so I mean, you couldn't really say that's your friend. And I'm sitting here like, it doesn't look, none of this matters. She knows me, I know her, this her party, she knows him, I know this dude that just came in the room, don't know why he walking around the fucking house looking for me any fucking way. So he was like, oh, okay, well, you know him? I'm like, yeah, we went to school together. He was like, okay, well, where he from? Like, you bang, where you from? He was like, nigga, I'm not from nowhere. What the fuck? Mind you, this boy used to be big gang banged out at school. So he like, nigga, I'm not from nowhere. What the fuck? Like, what is you even talking about? So he like, all right, well, we up in here chilling. You can't come up in here. He was like, okay, well, I'm just trying to talk to Symone. I'm like, bro, he would not leave. They kind of get into it. So I'm like, you know what? Since I'm not participating in this smoke session, drink session, I'm like, I'm gonna just go stand outside with him. Like, because it was just really getting the fuck annoying at this point, because he really wasn't leaving. It's like basically like, I'm here for who I came here for. Nigga, you didn't come here for me because I ain't talked to you in years. What the fuck is you even here? So I end up leaving out the room or whatever, and I'm talking to him and I'm just like, who invited you? At this point I'm asking, because who the fuck invited him? I'm like, who invited you? He's like, oh, I had seen it on Facebook. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna come, because you know, like, you know, you be seeing parties on Facebook all the time. So I'm like, yeah, because you know, y'all know Facebook, it be like party flyers, it's for anybody, it's up in the air. But like, who did you come with? Like, never mind. Yeah, I have. But I was about to say, I wouldn't go to no house party from Facebook not by myself, but like with people I don't know, but I have done that. So I'm like, who did you come here with? He was like, I ain't come here with nobody. Like, why I gotta come here with somebody? Like, I seen the location and I assumed that it would be people that we went to school with here. So what's the problem? I done seen a few people we went to school. I'm like, I'm not pressing you. This is not my party. I don't care. But I just was asking you a question. So he's like, yeah, I just came by myself. Like, I don't see nothing wrong with that. Like, why I can't come to a party by myself? I'm like, you could go to a party. You could go anywhere by yourself. Like, I really don't care. So I changed the subject. I'm like, what school you go to now? He's like, oh, okay. I go to Washington. What school you go to? So I'm like, oh, so I told him the school. I'm like, oh, okay, I go to Locke. So he like, oh, okay. Look, so do you remember the time? I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Do you remember the time? Head ass nigga, why do you keep asking me, do I remember a time? So he like, do you remember? And when he said that, I swear my face just went like, he's like, do you remember that one time? Remember when they was fighting in the class and the teacher, he didn't do nothing. He didn't stand a chance. I'm laughing like, right, which time? Because they did that a lot. He like, yeah. I'm like, that's right. So I started kind of walking away. I'm like, I'm about to give me something to drink. He like, oh, alcohol? Because I got some already. He had a cup in his hand the whole time. I'm like, nah, I don't want none of that. He like, you should just taste it. Like, you scared? I didn't ever take you for the scared type, Symone. You was very brave in school. You sprayed that. You remember when you sprayed? I do remember when I sprayed the fire extinguisher. Stop bringing it up. Damn, is you trying to get me indicted? I'm just kidding. But I was just irritated because I'm like, oh, why do you want to go down memory lane so fucking much? This ain't even the 10-year anniversary. We literally got out of middle school like a year or two ago. Nigga, stop talking to me. So I'm like, oh yeah. So he like, yeah, that was crazy. Like, you didn't take me for the scare type. You know, you want to take a sip, just a sip? So I'm like, no, it's fine. To just go ahead and be good with this bottle of water I'm gonna grab out the fridge. So I'm grabbing it or whatever. This girl ended up coming up to me, and she lived in Joe's apartment. So she was like, do I know you? I'm like, oh, you live in my boyfriend's apartment? She like, yeah, I do. That's crazy. Like, it's a small world. She was like, where's he at? So I'm like, oh, he's on his way. So she like, oh, okay, yeah, like, that's crazy. Like, mind you, the girl, it's crazy because every time when she would see me, we literally went to school together. We used to speak at school and all that. We went to middle school together. When this girl would see me, she made it seem like, oh, girl from Joe's apartment. You know me from fucking school, bitch. Because when it was an altercation at Joe's apartment, she was just like, I felt so bad for you, girl. She had me up on Facebook. We had each other on Facebook, but I swear every time she see me, she act like she know me from that nigga's apartment. So she was just like, yeah, girl, that's crazy. It's a small room. When I first seen you up over there, I'm like, hold on. She's like, when I first seen you up over there, I was like, hold on, how he know her? And I'm just like, right. But I swear, any other time after that, she act like she didn't know me from nowhere else. But yeah, so we talking. So the whole time, me and her having a conversation, I don't know about nothing. I'm literally dragging this conversation because I'm hoping he'll walk away. This nigga staring at me like this. And I'm just like, yeah, girl, oh my God. And then you know how they painted blue steps on the stairs? I said, that's a crazy color, blue, right? Why would they do that color? And she like, girl, they always paint them damn apartments. They need to paint them a better color, like black, because they always get there. I said, black would be a nice apartment color. Why am I talking like that? But literally, I'm just talking because I'm just hoping that he'll go away. And I'm just like, yeah, y'all, black. I'm just like, yeah, black would be nice. Oh my God. And did you see, like, some people don't have screen doors on the apartment? Girl, right, that's great. But my mama went and bought a home screen door from Home Depot. I said, Home Depot, let me go. You know what? No, Joe and then they do have a screen door, girl. They have a screen door. And I'm thinking like, right. So this is him. So I'm still talking to her about absolutely fucking nothing. But she a little tipsy, so she continued the conversation. This is him. So I said, yeah. So he's like, Symone, you know what I just thought about? What? So I'm like, no, what'd you think about? So do you remember that one time remember that one time, like, when I body slammed you? Oh, now you starting to remember the abuse? So he like, remember that time I had body slammed you? And I was like, yeah, that wasn't really funny because you hurt my back. He said, I just used to be playing. I used to just be playing. But do you remember why I did that? I'm like, no, I literally don't. I was standing there. You came out of nowhere and you body slammed me onto the little desk. Don't remember. He's like, no. Look, so I did it because I was just staring. I was looking at you and I said, I bet I could pick that girl up. And I did, you know, and then I just picked you up and I put you down. Like, you know, I really didn't. And I'm just like, okay. At this point, it was like I was entertaining your do remembers. But now when you just said some fuck shit to me, I'm kind of irritated. I don't even want to talk to you anymore. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to go check on my friends and stuff like that. He was like, oh yeah, let's go check on them. Not with you. So I'm irritated. I'm like, you know what? No, I'm not about to check on them. I'm like literally stuck trying to figure out what to say. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go to the bathroom. He like, okay, you wanna go to the bathroom? Like, you good? So I'm like, no, I don't gotta do that. You know, okay, you know what? Hold on. I think I'm gonna go check and see if I find my boyfriend in the party. So he's like, you got a boyfriend? Mind you, you literally just heard me say boyfriend multiple times tonight. So he like, you got a boyfriend? I'm like, yeah, I got a boyfriend. So he like, did he go to our school? No, he didn't go there. You sure? I'm like, I'm positive he didn't go there. So he like, dang, do I know him? I'm like, I don't know who you know. Cause the fuck? I was irritated. Toxic is texting me. Well, not text me. She aiming me like, girl, where are you? You still with that nigga? I'm like, girl, yes, I'm irritated. She like, just leave. I'm like, I can't. He keep following me. I was annoyed cause I'm like, I really can't leave. Like everywhere I go, this boy is right here talking about, do you remember? Do you remember? Like, no, stop. I don't want to remember. I don't give a fuck. So anyway, so yeah. I'm like, oh, let me go look for my boyfriend. Because mind you, after this whole boyfriend conversation, he's literally holding me up. Like, he's literally not letting me leave. So I was like, I'll be right back. So he like, all right, come back. Like, if you find him, just let me know. Why would I find my boyfriend to come let you know? So y'all, I end up leaving and I'm just out there. Literally, I walk up to some random ass people that I knew from school. Probably ain't seen in like a year. And I just was hanging out with them. Because I'm like, you know what? I would have went back in the room. But I felt like he would have followed me up in the room. So I just was out and I just told them like, yeah, I'm outside or whatever. My cousin, I ended up seeing her coming out stumbling. I'm like, oh my God, this finna be a bad night. Because bro, you're drunk. And I'm like, I don't know how to deal with this. I don't know if she had drunk before probably, but not around me. So I'm like, oh my God. So she come out stumbling. I'm dancing and stuff like that. Eventually, I see Joe coming in through the door. I see him paying and I'm like, yay! So I go over there. I'm like, Joe, you're here. So he like, what's wrong? Like, did you been drinking and stuff like that? I swear, Joe was the nicest person before we started doing the do. He was so sweet. So he's like, have you been, this is him with a smile. Have you been drinking? I swear, afterwards, it would have been like, what the fuck you drunk for? I swear, it would have been so, and they'd be like, no. I'm like, no, I'm not drinking. Like, I'm just here. Like, you know, my cousin was drinking, so we got to make sure she get home safely and all this other stuff. So he like, oh, okay. So we just talking. We just, like, it's just cool. My cousin, she's still over there. Everything fine. Toxic ended up coming up, and she was like, oh, you ditched that boy? What? Why would you say that? So she's like, you ditched that boy. So Joe was like, what boy? I'm like, oh, nobody. It was just this boy I went to school with. He was just asking me a question like, how'd I get to this party or whatever like that. And I look at her and she was just like, she literally did. In front. And I'm like, what the fuck, this stupid ass bitch. So I'm like, Toxic been drinking too. She just seeing shit. You know how when people drink, I guess, you know, they start seeing a lot of stuff. So Toxic is seeing stuff. So he like, I never had that experience. And I'm like, oh. Well, it happens to Toxic. So we go back and we in the middle now. We dancing. Y'all, tell me why I'm dancing on him. Everybody cool. We having a time. I'm dancing on Joe. We all in like a group circle. Like literally Toxic on one dude. My cousin on one dude. We holding hands. Three-way. Holding hands. I don't know why dancing. That was weird actually. So I'm dancing on Joe. Tell me why I feel somebody staring at me. And who you think it is? Tell me why. Who y'all think it is? The fucking boy I went to school with. So I'm dancing on Joe and he's standing right next to him just staring, right? Joe I guess not thinking nothing of it or whatever like that either. So next thing you know, he ended up getting closer. It's like he's getting closer and closer. You know where something is just getting close very slowly? Like, he's getting closer and closer to me. So I stopped dancing on Joe and like back the hand, like took my hands, like let go of their hands, and I ended up turning to Joe and I was just like hugging him like, oh my God, like I'm so happy you're here. So why this boy was like, Symone. He was like, Symone, I don't know what the fuck is in your drink, but please go home. So he like, Symone. So I was like, huh? Like, what? And he was like, Symone. So Joe was like, are you calling her? And he was like, yeah, I was trying to call her. He was like, Symone. And I'm like, yeah, like, what's up? So he was like, oh, you never came back to tell me if you found your boyfriend. Who the fuck you think this nigga is behind me? So I'm like, oh yeah, this is my boyfriend. So Joe was like, who is this? He kind of started getting irritated now. He was like, who is this? And I'm like, oh, this is my friend I went to school with or whatever. But I ain't seen her talk to him in like 2 years. But like, this is, you know, he just seen me at this party or whatever. So he's like, oh, okay. So then he like, yeah, like, oh. So Joe like, oh, okay. So y'all just went to school together. Like, you ain't seen her talk to him in like 2 years. He literally just like kind of repeated what I said, you know, trying to make sure he heard that right. And I'm like, yeah, I ain't seen her talk to him in like 2 years. So I was like, oh, okay, let's dance. So then the boy was like, Symone, I wanted to ask you, have you talked to that nigga such and such? And whatever happened to... He was like, whatever happened to... And I'm like, oh, I don't know. So now I'm turning around. I start dancing on Joe again. He was like, and you know it's crazy. He's standing there talking. I'm dancing on Joe and this nigga's talking. And you know it's crazy because I really be thinking like, what if we all went to the same school? Majority of the people do go to your fucking school. So I don't understand why you're asking me. A lot of the people, it literally only like a handful of people from our middle school went to the school I went to. Like everybody must go to the same school as you. Or Crenshaw. But literally... why are you asking me? So I'm like, oh yeah. So he just talking. I'm not literally even saying him back. He like, yeah, and I be wondering, cause you know, remember that one nigga? I used to say that was my brother, but that was not my brother. Wasn't a brother to me. He wasn't a brother to me. He just like, what made you spray that fire alarm, Symone? Remember when you pulled the fire alarm? You know, you didn't think about getting kicked out of school. I thought I would have got kicked out of school, and I'm just dancing. So Joe was just like, damn nigga, like we trying to dance. It's a party. You ain't got nobody to go dance with at this point. And I'm just like, yes. And he was like, I'm not talking to you, nigga. I'm talking to her. So I'm like, wait, hold up. Because I know Joe ain't going to play that. So he's like, I'm not talking to you, nigga. I'm talking to her. So he was like, she ain't even saying shit back to you. Leave her the fuck alone. Like, why is you over here reminiscing about middle school? Like, what the fuck is you doing? So boy like, we've been talking all night before you got here. It wasn't a problem all night before you got here. Symone cool. She want to talk. She know she got a mouth. She could speak. She know what she want. If she want to have a conversation with me, she could speak. She want to have a conversation with me. We've been talking all night. So Joe was like, she clearly ain't talking to you. She don't want to talk to you. We over here dancing and shit, and you just over here talking to your damn self. Like, can you move? Get the fuck from by us. So I'm like, oh, wait, hold on. So then my cousin was like, Joe, what's Joe? Joe, what's going on? My cousin drunk as hell talking to a wall. I'm like, just be quiet. I'm like, hey, Joe, no. I'm like, Joe, it's cool. I'm like, hey, you go. Like, we kind of are just dancing and stuff like that. It's a party. We just want to dance. So he like, Symone, no. We was having a conversation. I'm just asking you, do you remember what happened to such and such? Like, do you remember what happened to the nigga, or you don't remember what happened to the nigga? And I'm like, I don't know what happened to him. That's all I wanted to know is what happened to him. Like, why is your nigga tripping when I'm asking a question? Like, I just want to know what happened to him. And I'm like, I don't know. I just kept saying it. So Joe like, man, nigga, get the fuck from bias. Like, why is you over here? Da, 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 on such and such such. He start banging. I'm like, oh my God, this is not his hood. Why would he scream his hood outside out loud and stuff like that? So next thing you know, the girl, I don't know where the fuck they came from, but the girl who was with her boo. So he like, wait, where are you from, cuz? So Joe like, I'm from such and such, such and such. That's one thing about him. Too, he wasn't finna back down. So I'm like, oh no. So the girl, she like, no, chill. She knew Joe too. How the fuck she knew him? Side eye. So anyway, so she was like, no, chill, that's like the bro. So Toxic like, no, chill out, it's not like that. So the boy was like, nah, I don't beef with they hood no way. Like, I don't beef with them no way. He was like, I just wasn't expect a nigga from over that side to even be up in here. He's like, but we don't beef with y'all. Like, you know, it's good. So Joe like, yeah, it's good. So the other boy was like, yeah, cause I'm having a conversation with her. Like, nigga, wasn't I talking to her all night? So that boy was like, what? Like, I don't fucking know you. Like, why is you asking me anything? So Joe was like, just bro, get the fuck out of my face. Stop talking to her. Like, just stop talking to her. So he was like, Symone, anyway, like I was saying, remember that one time in class when the fucking principal ate the ice cream? I don't know. He just saying some shit, and I'm just sitting here like, oh my God, can you stop? So I'm like, Joe, let's just go. He was like, nah, we can't just go. Like, why the fuck? Stop fucking talking to her. Y'all, if it was the other way, later in the day, Joe would have been like, why the fuck is you talking to him? And it would have been like, he's talking to me. But anyway, so he like, nah, like, stop fucking talking to her. Like, leave her the fuck alone. He like, it's not a fucking problem. I just want to ask her, do she remember? I ain't seen her. I don't know how long you get to see her. I don't know how many times you get to see her, but I don't get to see her. And you never will. we didn't even have a friendship. I'm telling you, when I say this boy used to randomly just attack me at school, literally, we were not friends. We probably had one casual conversation one time when we both was waiting for our parents to come pick us up. My mom took forever to pick me up, and whoever the fuck was picking him up took forever too. And this man already looked like he was like 30 years old in the 8th grade. So yeah, we never was friends. What are you even talking about? So he was like, anyway, like I was saying, he just kept trying to keep the conversation. So now they kind of going back and forth, and Joe like, man, get this nigga the fuck away from me. Da 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 da. And the other boy was like, yeah, bro, who are you? Like, who you even here with? You weird as fuck. You know what? Get out of my bitch party. That's what the other boy saying. Like, yeah, you could go, you could go. He like, I'm talking to Symone. Can I talk to Symone? And I'm just like, what the fuck is in his cup? So I was like, Joe, just come on. Joe, just come on. Pulling his arm, and Joe yanked away from me. I'm like, oh, you know what? Next thing you know, why the fuck? I don't know what happened, because I turn around and talk to my cousin. They just fighting. It's a fight. Joe's in the fight too. I said, oh, Odie, that's me. Oh. I'm stressed out because I'm like, why the fuck are they fighting? Yes, the fucking boy that asked questions was fighting. And who knows? It was so loud and stuff going on. You hear people screaming. But I'm like, who knows? That boy was probably fighting, asking me questions still. I couldn't hear them. So they fighting. I'm over here like, oh my God, oh my God. One thing about it, I was not about to jump to a fight. Because when you jump into a fight with your man, for when he got this, and literally it seemed like they jumping, oh boy, anyway. But when it seemed like, when women jump into fight, for some reason, that's when people start shooting. The girl always get shot. Bitch, I don't even know why they fighting for. So anyway, I end up like, no, come on like that. Like, I'm like, Joe end up finally, and I'm like pulling him like, Joe, come on. So Joe like, man, come on. He like, let's get up out of here. Let's get up out of here. When we finally, we kind of like running to go in the house for some odd ass reason. We rent, because they house, it was like a back house and then the front house and then they like the gate to leave out. So we rented to go into the house. Joe like, let's get out of here, let's get out of here. Next thing you hear, bah, 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 3 shots. I'm like, no, I'm crying. Mind you, my cousin, I don't know where the fuck she is. We literally was like damn near in the living room, like right in the living room. I ran back out. Joe is pulling me. I said, my cousin. I'm crying. I'm like, my cousin. I'm fucking crying. Toxic is in the house. She's like, where is she? Me and Toxic ran outside the house. And Joe's like, Symone, come on. Next thing you know, I don't know, the police was outside or something. Maybe they was coming for a noise complaint, because why the police was already there. So I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck? I'm crying. I'm like, oh my God, my cousin. And I'm looking around. I don't see her. I'm like, where is she? Where is she? Y'all, tell me why we go back in the fucking house, because I'm looking for her. I'm like, Joe, I can't find her. I'm just sad. I'm like, I'm about to get in trouble. Not even that. I'm like, my cousin. Y'all, tell me why she come out the bathroom and she's like, what happened? Why everybody in the house? I'm just crying. She's like, why are you crying? So I'm like, where were you? I'm crying. I'm like, they was shooting and I couldn't find you. Let me talk regular. I'm like, they was shooting and I couldn't find you. And I'm crying. She's like, but why are you crying? Did you just hear what I just said? They was shooting and I couldn't find you. I'm crying. So I'm like, what the fuck? So Joe's like, yeah, we gotta go. Let's get up out of here. Tell me the fuck why, since the police was there already, they pulling people on the they sitting teenagers down as you leave. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, let's just tell them we 17 and we could walk home ourselves. We don't need nobody help. We could do it ourselves. So, and I'm like, and be normal, y'all, to Toxic and my cousin. Because now that they drunk and they see the police, Toxic start crying. She's like, I miss my uncle. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Why are you crying? Did your uncle get shot at a party? No, but I miss him. And I'm like, her uncle had passed away. Mind you, probably like when she was 2. And I'm just like, Toxic, chill out. But she was drunk. She like, I just miss him so bad. And one time I had a dog. I'm like, oh my God, Toxic, please. So my cousin just laughing. She was like, Symone, you was crying too. Like, why was you crying? And I don't know why seeing Toxic cry made me cry. So now I'm crying. So Joe was like, can y'all not cry? Because they gonna breathalyze y'all. And I'm like, oh my God, we can't go home drunk. So me and Toxic, I'm like, Toxic, just lay your head on my shoulder and I'm gonna just say you got a headache or something like that. But I'm gonna say we grown. All of us say we grown. We 17, 18, we could walk home alone. The police pulling people. So I'm like, we're grown. We're grown. We could walk. Y'all, they didn't even ask us a question yet. I'm like, we're grown. We could walk home by ourselves. And they was all like, sit down on the thing. Y'all have to call your parents to come get y'all. Like, you know, and then I see the fucking boy that was asking me 21 fucking questions like 50 Cent in the back of the fucking police car. This nigga the one who let off rounds. So if I didn't, never mind. So I'm like, what the fuck? So we sitting down, the police talking or whatever like that. More police cars come up and they talking, y'all. I'm sitting here, I'm peeping them because they going down. So many teens they had lined up. We at the edge. So I'm like, we gonna make a run for it. Y'all, I literally knew this area, and I'm like, it's a little, maybe that's not what it's called. We used to call this little walkway between houses a catwalk. That's probably not what the fuck that is even called. Why did we call it that? Maybe that is what it's called. I don't know. But you know, like, it was a random pathway to cut through the neighborhood between people's houses, and it was just random as fuck. So I was like, I know this area, because when we was younger, we literally used to just walk around, take walks to try to find other people our age. So I'm like, I know this area, we could walk. I'm like, let's make a run for it through this catwalk, just run down this way and make a left. I'm like, then we're gonna have to just come all the way around, but we gotta get up out of here. I'm like, we can't have no parent come get us. We gotta go. They got the helicopters out, bro. Y'all got the suspect. Why is y'all doing all of this? So I'm over here, I'm like, we gotta make a run for it. We trying to figure out, Toxic still just crying like, my uncle really like parties. I'm like, shut the fuck up, please, Toxic, because now I'm crying like, just stop. He would be so happy for you to be, I'm like, he would be happy for you to be at this party, girl. We gotta get out of here. Y'all, why literally, when we over here talking and trying to plan our escape, Joe ran, he left. Joe got the fuck on. He probably was like, y'all talking too fucking long. He got on and ran. I'm like, he already left. I'm scary as fuck, y'all. I'm like, oh my God, I don't know. It was my plan, but I'm like, damn, how could we do this? Everybody left. I finally left at the last one. When I left, the police, they was like, hey, but they didn't chase us or nothing like that. They like kind of, you know, fake like, you know, when you stump at a roach. I feel like that's probably what they did, but I just kept running. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna keep running. We literally got the fuck up out of there. And I'm like, oh my God, now I'm thinking we on the run from the police, because in my head, I just knew it. I'm telling them like, yeah, y'all, the police is after us and all this other stuff like that. I'm like, he chased behind us. He flashed the light on me. Y'all, I'm over here exaggerating. He flashed the light on me. He even did his taser. And they're after us. Oh my God. So we like creeping behind cars and shit like that. Police helicopters out. Why am I dumbass over here? Like, they put the choppers on us. They put the choppers on us. So my cousin just think it's so funny. Toxic is still fucking crying. And Joe was like, okay, well, I'm gonna just go home, because it makes no sense for him to walk us home and he still gotta walk home by himself. So I was like, okay, no, it's fine. Yeah, you go home. I'm gonna let you know when we make it. If we make it, we gotta be safe. I'm over here thinking it's like a set it off scene. And I'm like, we gotta split up. We gonna be safe. I'm like, let me know when you get home. We gonna try to be safe. And I'm over here telling them like, do y'all think we should split up? And my cousin was like, why would we split up? It's crazy because she the drunk one and she have more sense. Because she's like, why would we split up when we go into the same house? I was like, you know what? Okay, Joe, leave, and yeah, it's good. I'm gonna see y'all. I'm gonna see you later. We walking, we ducking and dodging. We really thinking the fuck. We really running and like ducking behind cars. We doing the fucking most, thinking the helicopter was on us. That fucking helicopter was not on us. Y'all, tell me why we running across the street jaywalking and his car just jammed on brakes. This car literally almost hit us. Well, it was kind of our fault for running onto the car. Tell me, guess who the fuck was driving that motherfucking car? Why my sister Tatiana stole my grandma's car? She was in the car with my cousin and her friend. And I'm like, girl, she was like, what is y'all doing? So I was like, get us in the car. So we hopped in the car. I'm like, Tatiana, please don't tell. But we was on a run from the police and all this other stuff like that and this and that. But mind you, this is how she was out anyway. It wasn't a coincidence that she was out. When we was at the party and the police had us sitting down, my cousin had hit her up on AIM and told her like, we might have to get grandma to come get us from the party and this and that. So that's why she stole the car, claimed she was coming for us. She claimed, but clearly you joyriding because you not even near the party. Where was you? You're not even near the party. You clearly was joyriding. She had no license anyway, so it would have been stupid as fuck for her to go. And yeah, so we hopped in the car. I'm like, oh my God. We went joyriding for a little bit of the night and then we ended up going back home though. But it was just crazy as fuck because Joe made it home too though, obviously. But it was just crazy as hell because that boy is so weird. I ended up seeing him later, like after that, because I didn't have him on social media. I didn't see him like again until like literally later in life when I was in college. I was at a gas station and I was pumping gas and I heard somebody say, how you been, Symone? And I damn near dropped the fucking gas thing. I damn near dropped the gas pump and sprayed that shit all over my car because I jumped. I was like, oh shit. And I looked and I was like, oh my God, I haven't seen you in a long time. He's like, right, how have you been? And I was just like, oh, I've been okay, you? He's like, good, same. And I'm like, that's good. Like, it's been a minute. He was like, Like, he cut it short with me, like, stop talking to me. And I was like, and turned his back like, fuck, bitch. Man, it was kind of weird because it's like last time I see you was asking me a million questions. And now all of a sudden you acting like I'm annoying you. You spoke to me first. Whatever. But yeah, that's it for this story time, y'all. I just had to tell y'all like a little throwback. But that's it for this story time. I love you guys so much. And I'll see y'all my next one. I had to pre-record because I love y'all so much. And before this month is over, y'all already know I gotta run it up for y'all this month. I mean, the month is over. But we're gonna end this month off with a bang. I love you guys so much. And again, happy Memorial Day. I hope y'all had a fun, safe weekend. And I'll see y'all next time. Peace out.